What is good, you guys? Welcome back to the Heat Report. The Miami Heat have won against the Milwaukee Bucks, 119 to 108, and it ended up being a pretty, great game. Towards the end, we kind of took over, and the title of this video is Defense Wins Championships, and I strongly believe the reason we won this game was because of our defense. I thought that this game had a Bucks win written all over it. They blew us out by about 50 last game. No Jimmy again. They got out to a pretty strong lead, especially in the second quarter. And at the start of the third quarter, they kind of took control. But the guys rallied back. They didn't give up. They fought, and we pulled it out at the end. And I really like that we showed resilience and we showed fight. Before we even get into the player ratings, just want to go over some things that I saw. Giannis had a great game. For the Bucks, which he didn't have in the last game when they blew us out by 50. But the difference is that when Giannis had the 26, 13, and 10 game, no one else really stepped up. I think the next leading scorer was Dante DiVincenzo with 15. So I thought we did a really good job on the others, defended the three really well. Made sure that their shooters didn't really get going. I thought Chris Middleton, we did a great job defending Chris Middleton, as well as Jrue Holiday. Those two really didn't really get going. So it's kind of like pick your poison. Do you want Giannis to go off or do you want the others to go off? And I guess in this game, we let Giannis do his thing, and we kind of made sure that everyone else didn't really get into their element. So it was a pretty interesting game plan set up by Eric Spoelstra. And it started off with the starting lineup, the new look starting lineup. Avery Bradley, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Andre Iguodala, Bam Adebayo. A very small lineup, but I really liked it. I liked it because adding Iggy and Avery Bradley, it adds 2 extra ball handlers to take the pressure off of Tyler, so that he doesn't have to be the only ball handler on the team. Against the Bucks last time, we kind of forced it to be him. Bam did some ball handling, but Tyler was basically the point guard of that team, and we balanced out the offense more. We added two extra ball handlers, guys that can create offense and control the tempo and all that stuff. And I thought Andre had a pretty good game, even though he didn't score at all. I'm telling you, Andre Iguodala is a guy that's gonna do things that don't show up on the stat sheet. He's gonna impact the game without scoring the basketball. That's not his job on this team. If he scores, it's great, but that's not what he's supposed to be doing on this team. He's supposed to be contributing in other ways more than just scoring with his defense and rebounding and controlling the ball, controlling the tempo, passing, everything else. He's not a scorer at this stage of his career anymore. He's a catch and shoot player. So I thought he had a really good game. Avery Bradley had a very good game as well, 16 points. I said I wanted Avery Bradley to start, and he did really good. He did really well. Goran had a great game off the bench, and we saw our resilience without Jimmy. And yeah, I was very excited by this. We still turned the ball over a lot. We turned it over 22 times. I was kind of surprised that it didn't come back to bite us, because we had to clean those turnovers up, man. 22 turnovers is a lot, and it's going to be tough, next game if we keep turning it over against these teams that can just hurt us on the fast break. And I think that if we didn't turn it over as much, we would have convincingly won this game. But the turnovers was the reason that the Bucks got out to such a big lead, and we cut the turnovers down in the fourth quarter, and that's what helped us come back. Yeah, apart from that, let's get right into it, bro. So we'll start off with the player ratings. If you guys don't know how that works, I rate each player out of 10. Their performances out of 10, from 1 through 10, 6 being average, and you guys know the rest. So Tyler Hero, amazing game. 21, 15 rebounds, career high 15 rebounds. Shout out to him. 4 assists. I really felt like we saw the best of Tyler when he was like an off guard. He wasn't really we kind of took the pressure off of him by playing 2 other extra ball handlers, and that kind of eased his roll up. And I thought he had a great game. Tyler had a great game. yesterday night. He was all over the place. He just didn't score. Like I said, 15 rebounds is insane. for a guard. Especially he's not like a big guard or anything. He's just like a average guard, and he got 15 rebounds. That's insane. So I'm gonna give him an 8 out of 10. Very solid performance by Tyler. Avery Bradley, 16 points, 2 rebounds, and what defense that was on Chris Middleton. I'm tempted to also give him an 8. I'm gonna give him a 7.5 though. I was gonna give him a 7, but his defense on Chris Middleton was amazing. He held Chris Middleton to 8 points. Like, Avery Bradley was probably one of the most underrated pickups in like NBA free agency. Like, no one expected him to make this impact, and he's been impacting the game really, really well. And I'm so happy that we have him on our team. Duncan Robinson. I mean, he even like the thing about Duncan is that I keep saying it, even when he's not scoring, you can like he's still a very valuable asset because teams have to keep an eye on him, and his gravity sucks in a lot of defenders and draws so much attention. He only had 9 points and 3 rebounds, but I don't think we expected anything really big from Duncan. The Bucks defense is really good, and they did a really good job trying to deny him looks and stuff like that. So for Duncan, I'm gonna give him just an average game, solid 6. Iguodala. Another 6 for me. I know he didn't score the ball, but he was a very good, he was just a very good defender, playmaker, rebound. He did everything else, and he was just a guy that you could just plug in and he'll impact the game. That's what Iggy is, impact the game. Bam, 8 for me. Bam Adebayo, what a bounce back. I saw so much Bam slander last night, or the night before, when he didn't really have the best game. He had like an average game, but people were criticizing his shot attempts. But I thought that he was way more aggressive. He didn't look to force the issue, but he just kind of the game came to him, and he had a couple turnovers in the first quarter, but he kind of cleaned those up, and he did a really good job. Bam, I was really impressed by how he bounced back, and 8 out of 10 performance, 8 assists, 22 points, 8 rebounds, near triple-double for Bam. Amazing performance. And he's the engine of this team. I'm going to keep saying it. He's the engine of this team. And yeah. Kelly Olynyk, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Very good performance by Kelly. Kelly is a guy that you can just insert into a game, and on any given night, he can just go off. And that's what he did. Like, he contributed big time. Like, Kelly... He's just a very solid player to have on the team, because he like I said, like he can just be like a streaky guy that can just shoot these fluky threes, or not fluky, I don't want to say fluky, but like these like sidestep threes for a center. He's very mobile, very, very mobile. He does these little like fake keepers, like where he just fakes the handoff. Bam does that too. Very effective. 15, 8, and 4. I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10. Very good game for Kelly. Goran Dragic. Just give him the 6th man of the year already, bro. This man has been amazing. Goran Dragic has probably been our best player this season, and I can say that confidently. It's either him or Bam, and I'd probably say it's him. 26, 5, and 4. He really came. He really went off in like the 3rd or 4th quarter. That's when he really got going. Amazing performance by Goran. 8 out of 10 for me. Amazing. Goran, take a bow. Gabe Vincent, a guy that I didn't really expect to get minutes. He was actually questionable with a knee injury, but he played really well. 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, knocked down a couple threes. Pretty good performance by Gabe Vincent, man. I thought some shots he kind of like. I didn't really like his shot selection sometimes, but it showed that he wasn't really afraid of taking these shots, and he has all the confidence in the world. I thought some of his passing was really good too. 6.5 for Gabe. Sorry, no, not 6.5. I'm gonna give him a 6. Yeah, 6 out of 10 for Gabe. Average performance, but still a pretty good contribution from him off the bench. And Precious, I'm gonna give him a 5 out of 10. Didn't really do that well. Precious, he turned the ball over a couple times, 5 rebounds, but he's always gonna get rebounds. Precious is a guy that's if you play 2K, you got that rebound chaser badge. He has that on Hall of Fame. Like, Precious is a guy that amazing rebounding, but scoring wise didn't really do the best job. Kendrick Nunn. So yeah, Precious, I'm gonna give him a 5. Kendrick Nunn, same thing, 5. he had the dunk of the night with that, poster. Absolutely bodied Bobby Portis. But he like I said, I think Kendrick Nunn is best when he's attacking to the rim, not when he's shooting jump shots. I keep saying that. I think Kendrick Nunn is a guy that can be great, or not great, but good when he attacks and drives to the rim, because he gets opportunities so he can kick it out to open shooters, or he can just take it himself. And I don't want him shooting jump shots. That's not his game. So I'll give him another 5 out of 10 for Kendrick Nunn. I think that's all the people who played. Overall, really good performance. Like I said, really like the defense. The defense won us the game, man. The defense won us this game. Chris Middleton, their second best player, was held to 8 points. And the only bad thing about that was that he was on my fantasy team. So yeah, he didn't really go off like he did last night on my fantasy team. But a win is a win, and that's all that matters for me. And yeah, a great game for us, guys. Great game. Hopefully we could continue the form, and hopefully Jimmy can be back against the Mavericks, because the Mavericks are going to be it's going to be a great game against the Mavericks, because they're going to be up for it. They've just lost to the Hornets big time. So we'll see how that goes, guys. The preview is going to be coming soon for that. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.